Alrighty, welcome everybody to the finals of Spring Challenge number 4.
The biggest difference is that one deck is playing Crafty Occultist and one deck is playing Grenahen. So who can win? The Hens or the Crafty Lads?
Crafty versus the Hens. We will find out. And now, Stormblast, now this one is for all the marbles. This match is for all
not
the
just
marbles.
some of the marbles?
Not some of them, not most of them, not a vast majority. It's for all of them. The winner of this is going to the Invitational and going to compete for a world slot.
Well, it looks like EarthsOverseer has the advantage with the spectator bug. They have an extra 7 cards in hand, which, is usually a good thing.
Usually a good thing to have 7 extra cards. Well, AdequateFinch has the Exploit. That seems pretty good, too.
And EarthsOverseer has the Condemn, apparently. So we'll see. What's in EarthsOverseer's hand?
Condemn, Pyrotech Explosion, Merchant, and Hardiness. Now, 2 ways to go to the market, but yeah, I think taking that Condemn is better.
Oh, I think I might have taken Hardiness.
You've taken Hardiness, too. Yes, you have.
If they have 2 ways to go to the market, then maybe I just
can go
don't
to
care.
the market either way, yeah. But you don't really need Hardiness to go off
Also,
either.
I'm not... Also, I mean, I don't know. I'm not well versed in the matchup by any stretch, but I'm not sure you even want to be playing Exploit that early.
Yeah, could potentially wait, but then you also play into Dazzle a little bit. But
yeah, I guess you play into Dazzle, but I guess either way, it's not like EarthsOverseer can really play their Winchest Merchant to not Winchest Ixton Merchant at all, because what if AdequateFinch draws another Exploit or something? You don't want to if Overloader goes away, then the game's just over, right? So
yep. Right, exactly. Right. Ooh, there's an Exploit there. That's pretty well timed. And this one, I think, has to be Dazzle because you can't. Yeah, so AdequateFinch only has one way to get to the market right now.
You always just take you have to Dazzle because if the opponent can always just take Dazzle, and so you're not really supposed to let your opponent have options, because if they don't take the Dazzle, it means that they wanted you to have it in hand, right? That's like rule 1 is don't give your opponent choices, so you just have to do it. So what does EarthsOverseer have in hand now?
EarthsOverseer has the Hardiness, the Merchant, the Pyrotech Explosion, and the Seek Power.
Taking a risk there with that. If
going for the Overloader.
Did they get Overloader?
They did.
Did they get Overloader?
Yep. They went and got Overloader, but they only have the Hardiness. They don't have any other piece.
Question is, I think AdequateFinch should, I don't know. The question is, do you play Beseech into Ixton Merchant, or do you play Wisdom of the Elders and try to, say, hit an Exploit? Because if you get Exploit, you just win on the spot, right? So maybe just go for the win.
I'm going to go with Wisdom of the Elders first. All right, this is a little tough. They're going to play Seat. They're going to pass. They're not going to Beseech this turn. EarthsOverseer drew a Dazzle, so that's going to help protect it. But again, they don't have another combo piece. So they went and got that Overloader. And now they have a Dazzle to protect against another Exploit, but they don't have any other combo piece at this point. AdequateFinch, on the other hand, does have the combo pieces, but they haven't gone to the market yet.
But they go to the market right now.
Right now, so you got one more turn.
But as you said, EarthsOverseer has the Dazzle, right?
They do, but I don't know if AdequateFinch doesn't try for it. I think
EarthsOverseer
can just leave up to the rest of the game, so you're just never going to go for it. I feel like you have to at some point.
Yeah, no, you go for it, and you do have Wisdom of the Elders backup, and you do have Machinations. What you could do, and
don't go all the way, go halfway from Machinations.
Yeah, you go Machinations for 13, and then you can Machinations for 12. Ooh, never mind. You just do Pyrotech. That's easy. That's easy. You just drew the Pyrotech. That made the math easy. Well, it looks like in game 1 of the finals, I can confirm that Overloader combo will win.
You think Overloader combo is going to win the finals today?
I think Overloader combo is going to win that. I know it's a bold claim to make. They're both at 26. They both have a bunch of cards in hand, so it could be anyone's game. But I think Overloader combo has this.
Okay, so now here's my other question though, because usually you would see. How do I phrase this? Usually you would see that a combo deck is brought to a tournament because of a meta call, right? You see what the meta game is and you say, okay, well, it's really weak to combo right now. But the metagame, as far as we knew, was fairly aggressive with a lot of the soldiers builds and some of the sentinels builds. That's what we saw on Friday. That's what we've been seeing on ladder. And this deck doesn't really play super well into hyper aggressive decks. So it's an interesting meta call because I would say that if this went heads up against Sunny's deck, the Huru Soldiers deck, it seems like the Soldiers deck has an advantage.
It had to have gone heads up against the Soldiers deck at some point. I think it beat the Soldiers deck, right? Because didn't one of them face Chicken Arise, right? Didn't someone face Chicken Arise?
I believe so.
I believe Chicken Arise was doing. I think it's the one because it's playing a couple ways to deal with the aggression, right? It's playing Grenahen as one of them's playing Grenahen as a blocker. The other is playing Permafrost as a way to stall the early game, right? So they are trying to maybe hedge it just a slightly, and maybe that hedging was just enough,
Or I'm misreading the matchup. Maybe it is good against Soldiers. It's possible. Maybe Soldiers doesn't have the interaction or the disruption or the speed to beat it before the game ends. So maybe I'm just
certainly Bubble Shield's a bad card in the matchup, right? That card is a dead card.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like Overlord combo is still this it shouldn't be doing this good, but it's in the finals twice. It did really well this tournament. It went 4-1 and 5-0 into the finals.
Teams too. I mean, it's not like two the same similar deck, different builds, different teams, both making it to the finals.
Maybe it's just a really, really good deck. I don't know.
All right, AdequateFinch taking game one game away from qualifying for the Invitational and winning the challenge. All right, EarthsOverseer is looking at a hand of 3 power, a Crafty Occultist, double Permafrost, and Ixtun Merchant. So a little bit of disruption. They only have the Merchant to go to the market, although Permafrost does not seem very good in this match. And by not very good, it seems horrible.
So do you think AdequateOverseer is going to win or EarthsFinch? What do you think?
I think Finch playing out a chicken or a fowl of some sort is pretty appropriate here. I'm going to play out that chicken.
They did not hit. They didn't draw a card, though. They milled 3. What they milled? They milled a Hardiness and something else?
Hardiness and a Sigil and a Realignment.
So they would have liked having the Hardiness, but Seek Power is what they're...
I was going to say Seek Power is huge. I like this hand other than the power. You've got 2 Condemns, you've got Merchant, you've got Machinations, but you need a lot more power here.
Yeah, you need another Fire and just enough power to play your win con.
Yeah, and you really can't afford to be too slow either, so you have to start hitting running power here, or you might be in trouble.
Yep, discarding 2 Permafrost because Crafty Occultist, the craftiest of lad, so crafty, so good at this game. I love my boy, my lad.
Speaking of being so good at this game, AdequateFinch hitting 2 running powers there when stuck on 2. Let's see if they can keep this going here. Get another power off the top. Come on, AdequateFinch, keep getting power.
And the reason AdequateFinch is not going to the market, I think that they might have just played Merchant, maybe gone to the market anyways, just to bait out an exploit and keep the Condemns in hand. Yeah, at this point they should definitely go to the market, put an exploit back, bait out a Condemn. You have the exploit anyway. You have the Condemn for the future, so that way you can trade with Crafty, right? Because again, you could lose if they just attack with Crafty 5 more times or something. If they put your life low enough, you can just not have just enough gas off the Machinations. We almost saw that happen with the Ambi versus EarthsOverseer match.
Condemn.
What is in the market again? Actually, do you remember what's in the market again?
In the market, so it's kind of your classic market. You've got the Tesseract Techniques, you got the Arson, you got the Swift Refusal, and the Overloader, and Combust isn't really anything. So I think they're playing.
Okay.
They're playing the exact same market. I think this is a pretty standard market for the combo deck.
Okay.
I'm the Tesseract's Technique, so we got the negation.
Are you going to draw a random Grenadin?
Oh my gosh, another power! I mean, they missed one with the Condemn, but Finch is drawing exactly what they needed. I don't know how they... Not going to the market, though. Really being really cautious about getting that Overloader until they're ready to go.
I still like just playing the Merchant out just to have it on board, but... Yeah. But maybe you want to put it in the market? It's so hard to say, right?
Here's a hen. Let's see where the chicken crossed the road today. Anything?
I'm just eagerly waiting with bated breath to find out. Getting a Gatecrash
Trooper and draw an extra card and another power.
Does draw. Oh yeah. By the way, in case you guys didn't know at home, Gatecrash Trooper is bugged with Grenahen and any draw effect. It turns out that when you draw a card with Gatecrash Trooper and it wants to draw the card after it, it goes away because that's the card that went to the void. And Also, it works with Display of Menace. If you play Display of Menace to draw Gatecrash Trooper, the card you would have drawn goes on the bottom of your deck. So, yeah, that's a bug, and it seems like AdequateFinch was not aware of that bug. I was kind of thinking the bug might have been fixed, and that's why AdequateFinch was still playing Gatecrash Trooper. But it seems like they did not play the deck enough to encounter this bug.
Yeah, so
this bug
the way
exists.
that we're gonna handle that is that we're not gonna stop the match. We're not gonna restart anything at this point. You just got to keep playing it out. Unfortunately, that's how that works. We're not Direwolf officials, so we can't really control that. But we're just gonna have them play it out. I mean, we're not gonna stop it. So now AdequateFinch knows, and nothing we can do about it at this point. But we're not gonna stop or restart the match. So I'll make sure that we message them in game if it comes up and let them know that we're just gonna play through it. But sucks, but that's what happens. It's real life. All right, EarthsOverseer going for it now, and AdequateFinch does have the Tesseract's technique and does have. Can't really get anything else with Condemn. I guess they already got the Tesseract's technique. Oh, they can get Swift Refusal, but
so basically the reason that they could have gone for Swift Refusal here and then Swift Refusal that, but the reason you didn't want to do that is if EarthsOverseer had the Pyrotech in hand already, they would have still won the game. The only downside here is that you let EarthsOverseer also draw into, say, their own Dazzles or whatever, but Dazzle doesn't hit any of these cards anyways, right? So they'd have to have another Condemn in hand, and so it effectively does very similar things. That being said, we'll see if this Swift Refusal play can get there.
All right, well, they've got a Dazzle, but we've also got the Tesseract technique, so yeah, we're gonna Swift Refuse this one. It's a counter war, something you don't see very often in Eternal, but here we go, counter war.
So there's the one. Oh, because they have a second one.
They have a second one, and now, but they do have a Dazzle.
That doesn't matter because because Tesseract's technique doesn't hit slow spells; it only hits fast spells.
Oh, right. So you have to use that one in the
I think the mistake was that I was thinking it was a smart line to not go for it there because of maybe they already have it in hand, but I think they should have just tried to get the Machinations, because if they're looking through 20 cards in their deck, odds are maybe they just hit two naturally, right? If they just hit two naturally, then you just lose anyways, right? And there's a lot of ways to hit two naturally because they have also realigned the stars, so maybe it was better to just go for the counter originally. I don't know. It's so hard to say. This mirror is so tricky.
Yeah, it's so tricky.
Like,
sure. Absolutely. So EarthsOverseer is going to take that one, and we're going to head down. They are ready. Here we go. We've got Game 3 of the finals of Spring Challenge number 4. This is it. You can't. Well, I don't know if I want to phrase it. You can't ask for anything more. But we've got Overloader Combo Mirror in the finals.
I'm not gonna ask for. I don't even.
You got
I feel like my brain
deck.
is melting. I don't know about you guys in chat right here, but I feel like my brain is melting at this point. How is your brain doing, Telmokos? Is your brain okay?
Yeah, I'm all over the place, but we're still getting there. It's interesting though. I mean, this is your real test of skill, right? You're playing the same deck. You played all night. You're in Game 3.
A different deck. That's the thing.
Playing the same archetype. Playing the same archetype, different deck. Who has the better build? Who has the better skill? Who has the better luck? Let's do it.
Do you envy either of these players, Telmokos? After all this, having to endure this mirror.
I mean, I envy the reps that they have with this deck to be able to pilot it so smoothly.
Well, AdequateFinch drew a really good card off top of the deck. A good start, drawing Painting there, enabling them to play Seek Power to just have undepleted power for basically the rest of the game could be coming in clutch. And the favorite thing of Greta Hen and the Greta Hen, cluck, cluck, cluck. The chickens are coming. Nothing can stop the cluck. Nothing can stop the cluck.
Stop the cluck, indeed. Very
Sadly,
well.
it's not an ooh.
I think that's the slogan to your new chicken restaurant.
Well, I mean, it's a play on a thing from a cartoon, but old cartoon.
Pollos Hermanos. Your chicken restaurant. I'm trying to come up with a pun for your Los Pollos Stormblast, but your name doesn't really work with with Spanish names.
Not particularly.
No. Right.
But we see on AdequateFinch's side, they have basically what they need, right? They have a counter spell and second Condemn. They have the Clucks. They just need the time, right? They can play play your chickens out if you really want to, play Avara's Favor, just draw into power, and they're on the play. That's what I feel like
On the
you know,
play,
as
it means a
often in
lot.
Eternal, but I feel like even more than most matchups, I feel like being on the play is huge in this matchup because getting to 7 is so key, getting to 6 is so key, 5 is so key. Although EarthsOverseer could go for lethal this turn,
Have realigned the
right?
stars here, but they have hardiness, they have pyrotech explosion, besiege the throne, exploit permafrost. They don't have a way to go to the market. They don't
Oh,
have an
sorry,
overloader.
you're right. They cannot win this turn because they
Yeah,
need overloader in hand.
they're gonna
Excuse
go
me.
to grab
On 5.
machinations. So they have everything they want. They have machinations, dazzle. They have all their power. They have their influence. They have hardiness. They have explosion, but they don't have an overloader or a way to go to the market.
And you let this go through AdequateFinch unless you really want to get a Swift Refusal. Yeah, let's say you're going for the Swift Refusal. I don't know about because you have to keep the machinations. Yes, you have to Swift Refusal because
you have to keep the machinations. Well, there's the swift refusal. Well, and dazzle can't hit that.
Nope, Dazzle cannot hit that. But Dazzle can hit machinations though, as we've seen earlier.
Machinations.
And you just lost your counters, right? Unless you draw another Condemn or Dazzle of your own. So I don't know.
Yeah, because you need to go get the overloader.
Well, there's Grenahead. Grenahead can draw the Condemn or whatever. Cluck, cluck, cluck.
Cluck, cluck.
The third Grenahead. If you just played Grenahead last, you could have Grenahead and did Grenahead again. There's Pyrotech. Okay.
There's explosion.
Well,
yeah.
we're online. We are online.
Close.
Turn 7 because now even if machinations is countered, the game is ending because you have the Pyrotech in hand, so you don't even care if the machination itself is countered. Right, there's hardiness.
Hardiness.
You could go for lethal this turn, right?
Yeah, here we go. You could go it. Don't count your chickens, but you could go.
I think you should go for lethal here.
EarthsOverseer with just the dazzle in hand and the wisdom. Oh, AdequateFinch passing turn. Wisdom end of turn. Who's gonna bite first?
Go for it.
Crafty Occultist the draw for Overseer.
It looks like it's going to be
with the besiege the throne. Exploit the draw. Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh,
that's
maybe Finch should have gone for it. Got the
maybe you should have gone
now.
for it, Finch.
Oh no.
Maybe you should have gone for it.
Can't stop this exploit.
Nope. Not in the slightest. Maybe you should have gone for it, Finch. I don't know. Draw into a merchant now.
I mean,
Market effect.
I mean, EarthsOverseer doesn't have the combo yet either. They don't have any way to go to the market, so
now it's just a race to who can draw into their market card sooner. Ooh, playing the Condemn straight out. I wonder what they're gonna get. They're gonna get like Arson to just make EarthsOverseer discard cards. Technique.
You
just
definitely
have it
can't
in hand.
get. I mean, yeah, you can't get Overlord, of course, but you.
I think I like just getting Arson here.
Yeah, you could get Arson. You could also grab. Yeah.
Getting Technique.
Well, you can't grab Arson. 1 cost cards only, so it's only combust over.
Oh, 1 cost cards. Sorry, you're right. Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah. So
as I said before, this game is melting my brain.
An interesting play when your options are just.
So the other thing AdequateFinch can do.
I guess you take the Technique just so you have it there.
Is if they need more power, but like if they had like 8 power or 9 power, you could just Pyrotech them for 8 to try to reduce their life total, right? If they draw like another Pyrotech explosion or something.
If this game came down to just damage or like Grenahead's hitting them down and then Pyroteching them
Mediocre
for like 14 or something or
15,
yeah, that would be amazing. Not gonna happen with this occultist, but that would be hilarious. All right, Seat of Fury, the draw for Finch. Taking an attack in, gain some health. Suicide attacking the chicken into the crafty occultist. All right, here comes the merchant. There it is for Overseer. He's going for the overloader.
Yep, it looks like AdequateFinch just they should have went for the combo that turn, but it looks 1 turn.
Well, they don't have a good draw, so you don't have machinations though. You condemn hardiness, but that's not enough, I don't think.
If you condemn hardiness, can you
condemn overload or hardiness? That puts you down to 4.
Can you deal like 8 damage with the Pyrotech? Maybe that's your play. Just try to deal a bit of damage with Pyrotech to, if you produce Earth Overseer low enough, maybe he can't.
Yeah, but then what do? You
I
use
don't
your
know,
whole
lose.
hand just overloader into that. That's not even gonna go for it because you can't do it. Just hoping that
I
they
mean,
can't do it, but that's it.
it's a game of inches. This mirror is a game of inches, and it looks like
What a draw, that exploit draw. So AdequateFinch deciding to play it cautiously and getting punished for EarthsOverseer drawing that exploit. And that's going to be the difference in the match.
yeah. So I mean, it's also possible they could have, I don't. Yeah, maybe looking at the deck list, playing cautiously was the correct move. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
really
I do
hard
know
to
that
say.
in
We're
in,
far
in
from
this
experts in this deck for sure, just from what we've
in
seen.
this
Yeah.
matchup in this deck, though, I think
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty well versed in the Eternal metagame and matchups. Just but this deck in this matchup,
Who knows? So yeah, we'll have to
I
see if this is a
I wash my
mainstay.
hands.
If this is a real player in the meta, we'll have to see. It seems similar. I feel like we just had this conversation about Sling, but here we go. Now we're in Amplify combo and Expedition.
This deck's a lot more consistent than Sling because
Yeah.
it has 8 copies of Machination, it has 8 copies of Overloader, and it has a bunch of card draw and filtering now, right? So that makes it incredibly more consistent than Sling, where Sling only has 4 copies of Sling and no ways to draw into them. So
All right. Well, congratulations to EarthsOverseer from Team Not Tavra. Congratulations on winning Spring Challenge number 4, coming back from a 1-0 deficit to rally off 2 straight wins in the Overloader combo mirror against a great player in AdequateFinch. So congrats, EarthsOverseer. You won the tournament. You get the prize money. You qualify for the Invitational. We'll be seeing you on June